playlists where it's not like actual songs by people you've heard of.
No,
it's just like
Toby still
an AI
lets him do it.
that's made up fucking imaginary music.
Do you know what's worse is I'm singing songs that I'm not even listening to.
I don't hear no excuses.
It was fast, now optimum.
I've not raced for fucking 3 weeks.
Where have you been?
I don't want any excuses. There's an excuse.
No, because you can mute kids. You can't mute your phone.
I want one of
Hang
those
on.
notes.
Is it the other way around?
Steven just shuts the door.
Get out of my cupboard.
His favourite game is hide and seek. The kids are looking for him for hours. He's just under the stairs on his computer.
Me?
Yeah.
You didn't
If
call
it
him a
wasn't
fucking
me,
idiot
I'd
though when
say
you did
that's
it, so
Stupid.
you're doing it wrong. You fucking stupid.
I don't think I killed anybody. Did I?
No.
It's totally possible. I can't remember the start already.
I can't race, I'm laughing too much. And I think I will fire all my pit crew because I've lost so many spots on the, on the pits. I know it's my fault, but I prefer to blame the pit crew.
Just a note about the team. I think I just got my P45 from BMW there now, so I've had some class battles. Some of the races have been brilliant, so absolutely.
Thanks.
Yeah, roll on season 8 and a new car, hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm a Barbie girl.
Guys, I mean, what can I say? It's amazing community. I've done 4 or 5 seasons now. Each season concentrating on trying to do just a little bit better than the last one. So, you know, the guys at the top, in about 27 seasons time, I'm going to be there coming for you. This season, I was all set to give up after 2 races. I had 2 shit races start, but I knew that there was rivalries all the way through the field. There's always going to be someone to race against. And that was true for the rest of the season, and it was amazing. And the highlight for me, actually out-qualifying our resident alien Hakan in the same car in a wet Monza, well, I'm going to remember that for a long time. And then just forget the bit where I punted making another race and forgot about that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, so for me, I mean, I'm not just new to DGSR, but it's the first season I've raced at all. So I've had a lot of things to learn this year. So I'd just like to say thanks to everybody at DGSR. Really, everybody's been really welcoming. Yeah, I think it's a great group to start racing with. Quite simply, it's been a really good and enjoyable season.
Having been here basically since day one and knowing some of the guys in charge, I'm just surprised that people keep coming back.
Hi, yeah. Much like Andy Bentley, really. I've my first season here. It's my first season ever on ACC. I've only been driving sim racing since March, April this year, something like that. So I'm glad I found this community. It's a great place to drive. It's a good bunch of guys.
Yeah, so 3rd season with you guys, and each season's just got better and better. We enjoyed it more and more each time. So yeah, fantastic. And you know, for anyone out there listening and thinking about joining, I definitely would urge them to do so.
I really enjoy the voice chat of this community. I do want to say it is one of, I race in many leagues, one of, if not the best one for clean racing. I never have a problem with this league and racing close to any of you guys here.
Very good community racing, especially the help and the tips like brake early, close your eyes, stuff like that. We all like enjoy.
You try driving faster.
Do you normally drive on wide?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Suzuka for Season 9 of the Dads Go Sim Racing GT3 Championship. My name is Christian Cott, and I've got with me here my co-commentator Alex Robinson.
Hello, Season 9!
Season 9! Woo!
Season 9!
Woo! Finally time to celebrate. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. We're back, and yeah, just excited to get racing again, to be honest.
And we're at Suzuka. It's an amazing track. Love this track.
What a track!
So much.
I'm just trying to figure out if it's the only figure 8. Well, it's definitely the only figure 8 Formula 1 racetrack, but I'm trying to figure out if there's another figure 8 racetracks anywhere else in the world.
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah.
I mean, my brain immediately went back to, when you played Gran Turismo 4, there was that one figure of 8 track, and it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's real. It probably is real.
Yeah.
But I have doubts.
Yeah, I have got doubts as well. Right, we've got some new stuff happening today. Let's first go through the race format of today. So essentially, what's already happened is there's been quite a long pre-qualifying session, and the qualifying has been done. So this is literally just a couple of minutes of free practice, and I think we're gonna have a bit of a parade lap going on as well. Let me just find somebody who's on track. Yeah, and there we go. We've got the first cars. First cars coming out, and what is happening this time is we've got a team championship going on, Alex.
Oh, this adds so much more spice to the whole season. So yeah, we've got a team championship. We've tried to buddy up drivers with a budget that they have to pay for the whole season. And someone's just joined us in the commentary box.
Oh, he's back. Hello, Hitman.
Hello, I'm gone again. The team parade is starting.
Team parade is starting, and we're watching it.
Oh.
It's beautiful.
And he's gone.
And he's gone.
And he's gone. Right, so, and he's back.
Bye again.
Bye.
Okay, and he's gone. He's back, he's gone. He's here, he's there. Don't know where he is. Anyway, so, as I was saying, we've gone into a team-based championship. So you'll see drivers hopefully have common liveries, as we're seeing on screen. We've tried to assign each driver a budget based on their previous performance, and so we should get a fair balance of driver capability in the teams. And they both have to have the same car. So it's a complete change in format to how we've run previous seasons. We still have the Pro Silver Am split, but this will add a whole new dimension to this championship, and I'm very much...
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it as well. I think it's going to be really exciting to add just a whole another dynamic to how it's all going to work.
Right. Okay, so...
Commentator screws!
It's Edward Wilkins again, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
I think...
I
think that's Lee Wilkins, sorry, and Eddie Hems.
Oh, yes. Team cracking pair.
Yeah, and what a cracking pair they are. I think maybe we ought to go through the full lineup. Oh, God.
Yes, I think we ought to.
Shit. So looking at the relatives, who's leading? I think it's Dave White. He is he's actually one of the solo drivers for this week in a BMW M4. Then we've got the two BMW M4s of Tim Streeton and Dieter van Brabant, the Bavarian backmarkers. Moving then onto the two Martini Porsches of John Collins and David Lewis. Followed by the two Ferraris, the Hooters Ferraris of Eddie Wilkins and Lee Hems. Oh, look at that. That just looks beautiful. That's beautiful.
Right, next pair.
Two more Ferraris, Sean Cardus and Menno Deckers in the Crash Test Dummies cars. Then Andy Bentley and Stephen Kral, Wiz Motorsports. More Ferraris.
Still not in a Bentley.
Still not in a Bentley. Then we've got the two absolutely beautifully liveried Mercedes of Phil Walker and Matt Gale. The Polish pair of the two Lamborghinis, Pavel Jozwik and David Lolek in the Marlboro liveries. Beautiful stuff as well. And then the Fanta cars. It's going to be Ryan Harper, and there is going to be a lemon Fanta car as well at some point, which is going to be really nice to see. Darren Menzies, he's going to be one of the solo drivers for this season, and now it's all gotten very confused. There's two 7-Up cars. I think they are these, the Middleweight Motorsports. Just trying to figure out if there's a... Yep, there we go. Dagan Errol, and it's going to be somebody with him. Yeah, Thomas Pichon, there we go. He's going to be with him. Then Gabe Hauka and Jacob Hale are going to be in the Lamborghinis, and they're going to be Team No Encouragement. I think Jacob Hale is not going to be racing today, which is a bit of a shame, but that is just the way it goes. RG Motorsport, don't speak English, and of course RG himself, Rich Gasson, in, well,
Looks like
tradition.
they go for a practice start, Christian.
Yeah! Then, your favourite pair. Rory Kilby, Michael Stevens.
Yes. I am so looking forward to seeing these two, and you've got Michael Stevens in the Nissan as well.
That's going to be something.
Slides.
That's going to be
It's
absolutely
going to have
something.
to be.
Yeah. Jamie Armitage and Rob Larby, 2 more Ferraris. Nice little dark red Ferrari colours. Really lovely stuff. Then got Nick Golding and Nick Giles in... I'm not actually sure if they're teamed up together, but... Oh yeah, they are. The Knicks. There you go. There's the answer. The Knicks in the 2 pink cars. Martin Halladin and Ben Goimer, I believe, are both individual racers as well. We've got, for some reason, some 2 cars coming through. We're going to come back to them. Carlos Barros and Alexandre Goncalves, Tuga Motorsports Ferrari 296. Then Ryan Greenaway and Cormac Quinn. And we're going to enjoy saying this one. It's the Potadildo.
Could I just interrupt you quickly? Put TV2 on right now.
Oh. Oh.
Our field, ladies and gentlemen.
What a field. What a field. Cormac Quinn, I believe, is going to be a solo driver. Then Javier Farre, another solo driver in our favourite...
Choo-choo racing.
In our favourite choo-choo racing. Hakan Roholt, another solo driver in that dark green car. Then Don't Speak English, and some more people who we definitely have missed is Bruce Oos and Dennis McElligott, who are both going to be driving the Ferrari, and I think, unfortunately for Dennis, we've managed to stick a special livery in for him. So, yeah, I'm sure he's gonna be absolutely ecstatic about that one.
He's gonna be dead chuffed about that one, isn't he?
Yeah.
They're two bloody commentators. I almost used a different word there.
I have to say, unfortunately, it is actually going to be shown on stream. It wasn't actually planned to be on the stream, which is just that's just unlucky. And today it's going to be a 90-minute race as well. It's going to be the one-off endurance-ish race.
No one told me this.
See. Yeah, there you go. Well, if you look at the top of the screen, you've got 1 hour 30 to finish off the race.
Right. Hold on, I need to get water.
Yeah.
I've got no water.
Shit, nor do I. This is going to be a trouble. And hopefully, I mean, I'm currently looking at the little standings of the teams. We're going to be able to see which teams are also winning in the championship. Sort of like a combined effort of the 2 drivers will count as a Constructors' Championship, effectively. We're going to see if we manage to make that standings work throughout today. If not, then...
Figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out along the way. And then as soon as I click off that screen, the standings goes away. So I'm just gonna get rid of that for today, and we're gonna figure it by next time. The session has been restarted by administrator again. You've got 50 seconds to go get your water, Alex.
Oh, I've got it. Oh, we've got more time. Okay. Quick, go grab one.
Yeah. Right, you go through the qualifying order. I'm gonna go grab water.
Okay, so first starting in, no surprise, Hakan Roholt, followed by Gabriel Hauke. Rich Gasson comes in 3rd. Ryan Harper 4th. Derek Menzies in 5th. Thomas Nawrocki in 6th. Pavel Jozvik in 7th. 8th comes Ajit Dvorak. David Lollett comes in at 9th. That's a great qualifying for him. Rob Larby in 10th. 10 seconds. Bill Walker in 11th. And let's see. I've only got to 12th so far. Martin Halliday in 12th.
We're going to have to roll with it.
Yeah, and the rest have qualified after them. There's
Yes.
44 drivers on the field today, which is immense. I'm loving it.
Yeah, that's... it's so good to see such a big participation at the start of the season. We're hoping that we're going to keep that kind of a participation through the entire... I believe it's around 8 or 9 weeks that we're going to be racing for now. And I'm sure we're going to have a little bit of time, sometime a little later in the race, to go through the format of the season, because not every race is going to be the same, which is another change for DGSR as well.
Variety is the spice of life, and we certainly love our spice here at DGSR.
Absolutely. Just wondering if TV2 is going to look absolutely amazing again. Hakan Roholt leading the field to the green light at 70 k's an hour, slowing down a little bit. Oh, look at that. The entire field.
What a beautiful shot.
The entire
They come up to
field
the
going
start line.
at Suzuka. It's green light and away we go, and we're hoping that we're not going to have any sort of lovely incidents here. Hakan Roholt managing to keep around the inside and keeping his position, it seems. So that is great. Great work there from him. Yeah, he is in P1. David Lolek around the outside of Martin Halliday. There might be a little bit of contact. No, he manages to keep it clean.
Oh, a couple of cars have come off into the S's.
Yeah, a couple of cars are off. However, no major incident between them. Dennis McElligott in that wonderful liveried car that we've provided for him today. Just getting overtaken there by Glenn Kirk. Oh, David Lewis has had a little bit of a tap into the 7-Up car of Thomas Pichon. Looking for action now. It's everywhere, but the problem is actually spotting it.
Yes, as always. As always. Unfortunately here on DGSR, we don't have a system of spotters and cameramen. And a whole TV director looking after these things for us.
No, unfortunately, it's just the two of us. And clearly, we're not very good at it.
It's just rust, Christian. Just rust.
It's just rust. Michael Stevens. Oh, Michael Stevens was almost thinking about going for a move there in the purple-wheeled Nissan. Oh, you can see the Nissan doing Nissan things to him already as well. This is great stuff.
Yeah, Nissan doing Nissan things is what we want to see. I have to say, I enjoy Rory's tenacity at keeping up driving that car.
Yeah, absolutely. David Lolek has had a bit of an off in the final corner, and he's getting absolutely mugged for positions there. That's 3 positions at loss before the first corner.
Well, he is a very quick driver, but he does tend to make the odd, unforced error.
I think that's a good way of describing him. Yeah. Very tenacious driver, though. We saw him last season go from... Was he in silver? No, he must have been in bronze. He must have been in bronze last season.
No, he was in bronze.
Yeah,
he's gone from bronze to pro, yeah.
He's had a terrible couple of races there at the start. Phil Walker there, 404 error, track not found.
It's better than 418 on the teapot.
That's true. No, back to David Lolek. He's struggled a little bit with consistency and keeping it clean in the first couple of races, but by the end of the season, oh my god, what a performance from him.
Yeah, he was really tearing through the field in those later races. And I'm just going to have a quick look at...
And not just with his bumpers. Just looking for any overtakes that are about to happen here. The class... This is the issue with having the field so big. I've got the standings on a second monitor next to me, and it's still not big enough to actually cover the entire field.
No, it's incredible, isn't it? It's absolutely... You just scroll down, and you still can't fit them all on one scroll.
Michael Stevens down the inside into the chicane. Overtakes Dieter van Brabant.
I have to say, I love driving the Nissan at this track. It's all like high-speed stuff.
Just high-speed stuff. All stuff.
Or very technical curves. You know, like the S is very, very fun to drive. And then you just put your foot down and you just go.
Yeah.
Or it's a chicane. And then the, what's it called? Is it the 180?
130R, the quick left-hander
yeah.
towards the end. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, any car that's fun in, but I just love it. It's a very fun track.
It is, and the two Degnas as well, that Dennis McElligott is being followed by Lee Hent through right now. Fantastic corners as well. Proper commitment is needed to do well in those.
I think that's true of most corners of this track. You really do have to commit. You have to really hit those the points where you need to apply power properly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just won't get out the corner with enough speed. And then at the 130R, it's just bravery. It's like, how much speed can I carry through here and survive?
Yeah. Is it flat or is it not quite flat?
Yeah.
And the worst part is that in a GT3 car, that changes depending on your fuel load, how your tires are, the time of day.
How much wing.
Yeah.
And kind of car as well. Your front end cars are probably feeling a lot less brave than the rear end cars.
Yeah, especially maybe the well, to be fair, I haven't driven the Nissan after the new update, but before the new update, I imagine it was a pretty big pain in the ass to actually get the Nissan through at full throttle through 130R.
Yeah, I think it was possible with certain setups, but then you'd be compromised in other corners. So it was just a very much. I mean that. I don't know about other cars. Other cars I've tried to set up, there's often like just a sweet spot that works for most things, where the Nissan was always like, well, if I compromise the low speed, I can get through the high speed stuff really fast, but otherwise it's just not going to work. I do need to drive with the new patch though. I imagine it does drive quite differently now, because it's unlike some cars, it is very mechanical grip focused.
Yeah.
So if you change the tire model, it gets quite widely affected.
Yeah,
all cars get affected by the tire model, of course, but when you're doing mechanical grip, you know, for most of your steering force, it's going to affect you a large amount.
Yeah, absolutely, and the latest update has been mainly through about the tires and the mechanical grip, so I imagine that car is completely transformed as well.
No doubt.
That said, unfortunately, both the Nissans so far in the high 30s in terms of position. Michael Stevens there, the higher classified of the two Nissans in 33rd.
He's putting down decent times though, so I expect to see him take a few positions in short order.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he will. Bruce Hopkins.
not the place you want to stop.
No, and then not the way that you want to face. Oh, and
Not the place you want to do a 3-point turn like that.
No, definitely not into the wall.
Did you just kill the engine then? Because you just stopped.
I couldn't watch it anymore. I'm sorry. It was too painful. It was too painful. Now, of course, we've spoken about the two of us being rusty with commentary, and we've done that without even stopping to think that our drivers will probably be pretty rusty where they're driving as well. It's been a couple of months since the end of Season 8.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not seeing it. There's been very few incidents, which is great. The racing is tight. They're all keeping pace with each other. There's a lot of competition going on, and I mean, I'm looking at the largest gap I can see.
Is it the one between
3 seconds at this point?
I was going to say, is it the one between P1 and 2? Because Hakan Roholt is absolutely fucking storming away from the field.
He's back in his Lambo.
Yeah, he's back in his Lambo.
Oh. He's back in his Lambo. Problem is, the game's following him in a Lambo.
Yeah.
Gaston's also in a Lambo.
It seems, when we first started seeing the inklings of the new patch, the Lambo definitely had the lowest performance ceiling, it seemed. It was the safest car to drive, but it just had a little bit of understeer on turn-in that didn't quite feel right.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to have changed. I haven't driven it since. Oh, Phil Walker. Off the track there for a second. We're going to see what happens, because that was in 130R, and that's a
spin. I think he just went a bit wide.
Yeah, he must have run over
rear.
that.
Oh, Rob Lobby and Michael Hadden and Marek Dvorak, all in a big incident.
Yeah, and
that
is how it happened.
Beautiful pirouette there.
And then he tries to go around the outside of that corner, which even without a car there, it's a tricky line to take. And
yeah, and of course, with the latest season, there's been an update to the rulebook. We're now looking much more closely at cars entering an incident under the yellow flags. Now, of course, there was no time in that particular case for him to react. He was right there.
Yeah.
No amount of a man at the side of the track waving a yellow flag is going to do anything to help that situation.
Yeah. If there's a car spinning in directly in front of you, you're hitting it, whether you're taking care of it, whether you're taking care or not.
Yeah. But it's a good point to bring it up, because of course we saw loads of incidents last season where cars would continue at full race pace past cars that were stopped or otherwise in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And I think the stewards are going to be taking a much harder line with anyone that causes an incident when there was clear yellow flags saying there's a car stopped ahead.
Yeah, we have hang on one second. Matt Gale 418. I'm a teacup. Spun around there by... Oh, nope, there was nothing he could do, and the crash test dummy is proving his worth once again. I say once again, that's probably the first time that we've seen the crash test dummy take part in a crash, but...
Yeah, it's unfortunate for him.
Yeah, I believe the new rulebook essentially says that if you're entering a yellow flag zone, you are obligated to pay attention and slow down, and any incident in the yellows will be carrying extra penalties.
Yeah.
Dagenarel managing to just keep that car pointing the right direction. I think he just had a little bit of oversteer there at the start of the back start-finish straight. Is that an overtake there through the Degnas? Somebody's falling down back significantly.
Yeah. Quite hard to say who it is, though.
I think it was Rob Larby who's lost a couple of positions there.
Yes, I think it is.
Yeah, and another position lost for Rob. The way that car is moving, I'm wondering whether he's knocked it into a different map, because everybody seems to be catching him up in equal machinery.
Oh dear. The F1 memes are already leaking in.
Oh no.
Next thing we'll be saying Spinalla.
Yeah, Spinalla.
Which, to be fair, if any of the Ferraris do spin, and there is a lot of Ferraris this season, the temptation will be
absolutely. Ooh, Glennkirk attempting a move down the inside of that final chicane and not quite managing to make it stick. Andy Bentley really nicely defending that position. And now Stephen Kral's trying to rejoin his teammate. I think Glenn is just a little too quick in the straight line for that, though.
Oh, but...
Oh!
Oh! Well, he's not going in a straight line anymore.
No, that he isn't. I can tell you that one for free. I'm just wondering if... What happened there?
Well, actually...
Completely self-inflicted.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Considering that was a corner, he was still going in a straight line. It just happened that the track wasn't.
Yeah. That's the cause of the issue. It's the track's fault. Yeah, not the driver.
Yeah, it's the 100% the track's fault. Yeah. Not a skill issue.
No. I can see Michael Stevens really trying to put the pressure onto Dave White. Maybe being slightly hindered by the choice of weapon.
He's doing very well.
He
very
is,
well
yeah.
with it.
He's beating some serious names in it as well. He's in front of Dagan Earl, who's actually a very quick driver. Dieter van Brabant is a former pro class driver as well, I believe.
Let's see. He's obviously got Dave White ahead of him.
Yeah, he's currently at the lead of that very obvious comparison to the second Nissan of Rory Kilby. I think there might be a little bit of a move coming up. Cormac Quinn defending from Martin Halladin. He thought about it. Martin thought about it. Not quite. Not quite the right lap for it.
I was looking for it, that's for sure. I can't get over that straight shot every time. Every time I look at it, my brain just goes on pause.
Yeah, it's so good, and it's the time of day as well where you can just about see the cars, but the lights are on, and something about them being in your face as well. Just it's special. It's a special place at a special time.
Yes, absolutely. We've got two teammates here driving for position. I wonder if there's any team orders going down.
Wow. It seems like that's one of the things that we're going to have to be finding out in the post-race interviews and that kind of stuff, because I imagine crashing your teammate is going to be just as embarrassing as it is in other forms of motorsport.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see how this plays out with the difference in class systems, because Carlos Barros, who's the rear car at present, I guess a little bit of argy-bargy there from Ben Goimer. Oh, we're looking at Cormac Quinn now.
Ah, yeah, sorry, he was just having a half a spin, so I thought that was going to be...
Yeah, so Carlos Barros, who's the trailing car, the number 2 at the minute, is actually in Pro, where Alexandra Goncalves is in Silver. So they're not fighting for class position, they're fighting for race position. And
no, but
sorry, I just got a massive cramp in my left thigh. Just I said that. I was just like, it's like suddenly pain while
Suddenly
talking about
pain.
racing. Suddenly pain.
Oh, it's hard work. This talking about racing, mate. It's hard work. Not
Yeah, I
surprised
need
that
to
you're
move my
gonna get
left
cramp.
leg more. Perhaps
Yeah.
if I did some braking. Yeah. Yeah, as I was saying, they're fighting for race position. If they are fighting, it could be. I mean, at the minute, it could be Carlos Ballas is trying to run interference for Alexandra.
It is possible because Carlos is carrying a little bit of damage on the back of his car, so that might be a tactical decision.
He's definitely forming a train.
Yeah. Darren Menzies there. I think that's the second time that I see him in some sort of trouble already. Martin Hallinan just making it past him. And now he's going to be under attack by Cormac Quinn. Those rear tires after sort of a half spin are not going to be happy about that.
No, it really need to do some research. And by research, I mean donuts.
Yeah.
To understand how much effect that has.
Dagan Earls managed to make a move onto Ben Goymer. We're going to see how it happens. Ben runs a little wide there onto the grass. Smooth overtake before Degna won.
Just looking further down the field, it looks like David Lewis is in a bit of a battle with Javier Farre. Javier Farre on the attack.
Oh! And in front of them, Tim Streeton in the wall. Not that these two are letting that phase them.
No.
Battle's still on, and David Lewis still in the lead of that battle. Javier Farre.
It's Martini versus TFL.
Quite often you need some martini to be on DFL. You know what I've just noticed? The London Underground logo is suspiciously similar to the martini logo. It's a circle with a line through it, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, last season he was... So he's changed operating company.
Yes.
And network.
No more Network Rail. This time it's London Underground. But it's still
Yeah,
the
he's
Farre
causing-
Express.
And he's causing less delays. So it's very thematic.
Yeah. Great work there. The big improvement there for him.
Who are we moving on to next?
I think Rob Larby is ready.
Rob.
Robert.
Robert Labry
is ready to make a move onto Marek Dvořák.
You roll over the R now.
Yes.
Make the commentary unlistenable.
Oh. I mean, just even when we've started normally, we're not far off that, so... I was gonna say something about Rob Larby, but then we got distracted by rolling R's.
Rolling R's, yeah. Yeah. As is often the way, particularly when the race is 90 minutes long, we've got to pad it out somehow.
Yeah, that said, we're 23 minutes in already, so, you know, that's a pretty good feeling. That's a pretty good feeling to be a little bit through already. I think we've got our first man who's been in the pits as well. Paweł Jozwik, the one of the Polish cars. Down in last now, but of course that is after a pit stop, so we're going to see if that was an undercut. And what an undercut that would be.
Very early. I wonder if that's
Sorry, I think the microphone might be having a little bit of an issue. I don't know whether that's my internet trouble or the gain on your side. He's dead, Jim. He's dead.
He's dead?
Oh, he's back! He's back.
Yeah, sorry, my sound settings just screwed up. I am now back.
Fantastic work.
Professional stream.
Yeah, always a professional stream, this.
Yeah. Technical difficulties, please stand by.
Yeah, we just need that technical difficulties sign just running in the corner all the time and just... It looks... Let's have a quick check-in at the top of the field, because we haven't spoken about this man at all. Hakan Roholt. Off-pace motorsports. 6.5 seconds. Everybody else is off-pace. Not Hakan.
He could be technically off-pace. He's in minus numbers.
Yeah. It's just a different level, isn't he?
He is. It must be driving him crazy. But it's interesting how our previous season winner, Ryan Harper, back and forth in the Ferrari with Rich Gasson.
Yeah.
I wonder what's influenced his choice this year. Is he's fallen out of love with the Honda?
He must have something must have happened between him and the brand, maybe. You never know. Maybe he was saying something about GP2 engines.
Yes, possibly.
Honda aren't favourable to him as a driver anymore, but
yeah. They're also somewhat confused because we don't know what that's got to do with GT3. If anything,
yeah.
If anything, in a GT3 car, you'd want a GP2 engine.
Yeah, probably something. They've got something like 600 horsepower. That's about 50 more than than a GT3 race car.
Ultimate confusion in racing. Fit an old V8 style or V10 style
Yeah.
F1 engine in a GT3 car.
It would sound amazing, though, wouldn't it? Much better than
Oh, they always do.
turbos.
They always do. They always do. I'd love to see it though. Just weird mashups. You know?
You know, I watched a video the other day, and it was whether an MX-5 with a Formula 1 engine or a Formula 1 with an MX-5 engine was quicker around the track. And I just thought, what? I need to see this.
So, I mean, is there any guarantee that the MX-5 wouldn't just like lift off because of the torque on the rear wheels?
Well,
just wheelie.
The lack of grip seems to have been the problem, because as soon as the throttle was pushed anything past sort of 10%, it was just constant wheel spin all the way through to 8th gear, so...
Yeah, don't even try. Let's Rich Gaston and Ryan Harper start another lap in equal machinery.
In
Into
unequal...
the S's. Unequal. Machinery.
Ah! Yes.
Rosberg, get out of the commentary box.
I've confused myself here, I'm sorry. Oh, Dave White's just off the track.
Oh, no, that's a slide!
When Alexander Goncalves there, I think he's thinking of a move. He's definitely made it past Glenn Kirk there. And I think he might be.
I mean,
he might be
right on his tail.
Yeah, there might be potential for a move as well, and you can see the headlights off the Nissan of Michael Stevens as well. Oh, and down the inside goes Michael Stevens.
Down the inside.
Nani? Kansai drive da?
Gozia.
I'm surprised that there wasn't an Omaevomo Shindeiru there from the Nissan, because that was a beautiful slide through T1 to gain a position there by Michael Stevens.
So I know I've talked about it before, being very fast down straights. I don't know if that's still true. Based off the figures we saw towards the end of Season 8, it was not the fastest in the field at all.
No. Looking...
I still think that's where its strength lies.
definitely. And we can corroborate that slightly to our speed trap information, where the fastest time is 265 kilometers an hour, and that is between the AMG and the BMW. The Nissan, in joint second position, I'd say, 264. So definitely still a fast car down the straights.
Oh, that's good to hear. Because you're not overtaking anywhere else.
No, but I suppose as long as you can overtake, that's all that matters, isn't it?
Mm. Very entertaining drive. Very entertaining. In a kind of a do you have a death wish style, much like the Porsche used to be. I'm very curious to know if the Porsche is still very snappy in the new Porsche, or if it's mellowed a bit.
I'm sure we're going to have some sort of demonstrations throughout this season, but of course, with it being a completely new generation of a car, we have no idea. All the old car's characteristics could just be completely gone.
Yes, because I know it's a different class, but between the GT4 Porsche and the old GT3 Porsche, were completely different. Very, very different driving style.
Yeah.
To my understanding, where the old GT3 Porsche was just like, hey, you know, if you lift off, you're going in a wall.
Yeah, you're dead.
So you got to commit. And we saw that famously in season 7, where Michael Stevens would just tank slapper his way into a wall or something.
Yeah.
But
of course,
obviously not season 8. He was in the BMW.
Hence the Stevens kink.
Yes.
Spa. Ooh, that's a lot of damage on Ben Coimer's Ferrari. Oof.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. You need some flex tape for that for sure.
Yeah.
That is suspension damage as well. I can see that he can't quite turn left, and there he goes back into the pits. Reset for a new car.
Devastating for Conquest Racing.
Yeah, really a bit of a disappointing situation, because that seemed like it just snapped on him in the S's, and there's just very little runoff room. Of course, this is one of those traditional tracks where you go off. There is no tarmac to catch you.
Just gravel.
Yeah, just gravel or grass.
Or grass.
And let me tell you, you do not slow down on the grass that well.
No. It's meant to punish you, and by punish we mean death. And Michael Stevens makes his way past Glennkirk. He is on a storm.
I've got a feeling from the view of that replay, it seems like Glennkirk was trying to put on a move on Michael Stevens, actually, and Stevens just well defended. Through the sheer size of that car.
He's not living up to the team name, is he? Snail's Pace Racing.
No.
I appreciate he's in. Yeah, I appreciate he's in 29th, but still.
Yeah, he's still pacey, isn't he? He's putting in some decent laps. 2:03 as his best, I believe.
Uh-oh, Jamie Armitage.
Quick look at the replay into the...
Oh, that... Ooh, is that... Yo!
Yo!
Not... Not enough grippu!
Yo! It seems like the similar fate has befallen Javier Farre.
He's derailed.
He's very derailed, and it seems like he can't move without his tracks, because he's been sat there for the last 15 seconds, and he's still gonna be sat there. And then he suddenly makes a move. I wonder whether there was a slow train on his line. So he had to...
Yes. Stop at a signal.
Yeah, stop at a signal. Maybe somebody jumped
Still
onto the tracks.
ongoing. Yeah. Or my favourite reason, well, by favourite I mean least favourite reason for a delay on a train, late leaving the depot.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah. Because you couldn't just leave on time.
No. It's a very polite way of saying just late.
Yeah.
We have no good reason.
We fucked up. Jacob Hell tries to go down the inside of turn 1. Nice move.
Oh, looks like he stuck it.
Yeah, and then just parks it on the apex of the second corner.
That was a stop moment going into that corner.
But a very nice move, and he needed no encouragement. That's his team name, to pull that one off.
Oh.
That was a terrible joke. We're back with the dad jokes already. Good work. Thank you. Let me just give myself a little bit of a... Thanks. Appreciate that one.
You may have noticed we've improved our clapping sound versus previous seasons.
Yes. No more. No more weird noise.
No more weird noise.
Ooh, Thomas Pichon defending from David Lewis into 130R. David just does not quite have the testicular fortitude to keep it around the inside there.
A very polite term. Testicular fortitude.
I mean, to be fair, they're only 35 minutes into a 90-minute race, so, you know.
Anything could happen in the next 55 minutes.
Yeah. Such as Glenn Kirk absolutely ignoring the fact that there's a chicane there. I wonder if he's going to let Stevens through on account of that, because there was definitely an overtake there earlier as well. No, it seems like he isn't, and this is how the overtake happened, into 130R. Michael Stevens hits the grass on the inside, has to run wide, and Glenn Kirk...
Yeah. It's just... I thought it may happen. You just carry too much speed into it because you're trying to defend. As we discussed earlier, it's difficult. You gotta hit that sweet spot every single lap.
Yep. And it's not easy in that car.
No. I'm interested to see how he sets it up. He set it up because it looks to me he's not having really many issues with the rear end, which tells me he's kind of gone for a more stable setup.
Something slightly with the rear ride height a little bit lower, not quite relying on the turn-in so much.
Yes. And definitely not setting the front ride height higher than the rear.
No, definitely not that.
No.
That's how you create flight simulators.
Yes. Induce upforce.
Yes. Wings work in both directions, my friend.
Yes.
Now, an interesting thing to note, I think, is having a look at the sort of the last versus best lap times for most of our drivers has increased by about a second per lap after almost 40 minutes of racing. So the tires definitely showing more signs of wear.
Oh, one thing that snuck us by, I think, is Cormac Quinn has pitted. Going for that classic strategy of the early pit stop.
No, he hasn't. He's still on track.
Is he not?
He's still on track with one next to his name.
Oh.
Who have we mistaken him for?
Race Control definitely says he's been in the pits once.
He definitely does.
It definitely does.
And
What is going on?
It says he's been sat there for 17 seconds as well, just as much as David Lewis, who's also not
Where-
been in the pits yet, so...
Pit window. Is the pit window not open?
Oh. Is there a pit window set?
Is there a mandatory stop set?
Then, from my understanding of the left side, let's just pause that for a second for Ryan Harper's attempt at overtaking Rich Gasson. Ooh, nice. No, there definitely has to be a mandatory pit stop. And
Yeah,
the mandatory
because
pit stop is possible to be cleared because if you look on the left side of my screen right now, at
Yes.
the bottom you've got cars with a green line next to them, meaning they've already fulfilled that mandatory pit stop.
What has happened here?
I'm going to go into the game a little bit and back into the menus to see if there is any information on the mandatory pit stop.
Nope, can't see anything.
Can't see anything. Maybe some of the other HUD elements might be able to provide some information. I believe the basic... If we go through... Nope, just isn't working.
Interesting. Well, we'll have to investigate that later and
Yeah.
see what's happened.
And thank you to Pavel Oswick for providing the entertainment for that brief moment of confusion.
Let's be honest, the confusion hasn't ended. We're just
No.
going to stop talking about it.
Yeah, we're just going to ignore that one for a second. And Phil Walker goes into the pits, and we're going to see if that counts for his stop. Maybe, just maybe, our race control is actually just very confused. And it's just attributing pit stops to different cars than are actually doing them, which is just A-OK, bro.
That's not helping. Well, he's come out the pits now, Phil Walker. The Team 404 error. And he's got a green mark. And race control says he's stopped.
And there he goes. That is... You know when you mentioned about team orders? We've just seen team orders, my friend. Because that is Phil Walker 404 getting past Matt Gale in the 418 in possibly the easiest overtake we've seen on track. And that was for position as well.
I love to see it, though, because it's adding a whole different dynamic. Of course, they're going to say, you know, I'm just coming out the pits.
Look at that one.
I'm on fresh tyres. Yeah,
It's-
yeah, 100%.
Clear team orders. This is... And you know what? I love it. I love it because of that extra dynamic that we're going to see.
Ooh, Ryan Greenaway's run into some trouble.
Yeah, that
Oh,
car is...
yeah. That's going the wrong... Yeah. Ooh, what's happened there? That's a
He's-
particularly nasty place.
He's taken the Latifi line.
Ooh. He has.
I think he might have
That
just
was,
gone confused. Well, the Potadildo is back in the mix.
Okay, so here is my theory for Cormac and David Lewis in guards in pits.
Yes.
It says they've both been in the pits, but they've only been in the pits for 17 seconds. Which makes me think that they just started the race from the pits. Or something of that lark, because it's like they've...
Yeah.
It's like they've just been stopped, or perhaps they did a drive-through of some kind. Because that's not enough time to do anything.
No, definitely not. That's... And it's 17 seconds... Is it 17 seconds stationary? And 17 seconds in the pit, so that seems like there's some sort of an issue there.
Yeah. So, don't know what that's about. Maybe they started with the wrong race fuel. Who knows?
Maybe they did. It's entirely possible. Yeah, maybe they just either forgot to press drive. Oh, there was a move. No, there wasn't a move. It was just somebody going into the pits and that pretending that there's a move.
Yes, thanks, race control. Yes, we know that they've moved up a position because
Yeah.
of the virtue of the fact that they've been in the pits.
Right, halfway through the race, and we're midway sort of through the pit stop phase, so I think now that the little bit of on-track action is dying down a little bit, it might be time to dive into the format of this season. I've got the information here from the official Discord server that you can access by going to dgsr.eu, just so you know, if you wanted to join the fun. So, Season 9 features a couple of new races. So it's going to be this one-time 90-minute race with, and this is quite important, double points on offer today. There's going to be 5 times the standard DGSR 55-minute race, and then we're going to have 2 weekends of sprint race rounds. And those are effectively going to be a 20-minute race and a 30-minute race. The grid is set by a single qualifying session, and full points are available for each of the races. So that's going to add some little bit of jeopardy. People are going to be pushing more, but also, if you make a mistake, it's not that big a deal for that one weekend. Looking then further, I'm just trying to figure out how the team championship works, and yeah, it is a budget of 5.5 million euros for the drivers, and the budget is not allowed to exceed that, but you can go under, so you can have 2 slower drivers, or effectively slower drivers, joining together. And the way that the cost is worked out is the previous results of the Drivers' Championships and the fastest lap sort of coefficient. So if somebody is really quick over 1 lap, but isn't quite consistent, that ups their value as well. And the driver value has been locked in a couple of weeks ago, so that allows for the 2 drivers to cooperate, and the faster driver perhaps giving tips or teaching the slower driver to improve, and sharing setups and all of that jazz.
Yeah, so I'm sure we'll see some interesting dynamics out of that. And I've just been looking at in terms of teams at this point in the race, which is probably not the best time thinking about it, all the drivers are pitting, but currently in the lead team-wise for the race is the team Cracking Pair, which consists of Ed Wilkins and Lee Hems.
I think I can get I can get it working temporarily. Yeah, so we've got a quick overview there in the corner for the teams. That is a drive-through for speeding in the pit lane for car number 49 there as well.
Uh-oh.
That's Nick Golding, speeding in the pit lane. The Knicks, they're going to probably be moving down from that P13 in the team championship a little bit. And another penalty, car number 25, stop and go 30, Tim Streeton. Stop and go 30 is a serious overspeed in the pit lane.
It's huge. I mean, he's already in 31st. That's probably going to knock him very close to the back, if not the back of the grid.
Yeah, definitely. There's going to be some choice words from his teammate, I think, as well.
Fuck did you do?
Yeah. Why would you do this, dude? Like.
Yeah. So. Tim Streeton, of course, is...
It's Darren Menzies in the S's, putting a move onto David Lolek. Ooh, through the exit off the last S. Just getting that overspeed. This is the one battle that we've got going on right now. Jamie Armitage and David Lewis. David, of course, in the pro class. Jamie in the silver class. So David's gonna be looking to make that pass quite quickly. Number 927 with a stop and go 30. Somebody finally joining Tim Streeton in that party. I think your sound settings, Alex, may have had a mishap again.
No, I'm just not talking.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm just kind of. I think I just kind of went. Oh, I'll just watch the race for a bit. It's not very good commentary.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh, there's so many stop and go 30s.
Yeah, Andy Bentley 927. Then who was the last one? Was it Glenn Kirk, number 53?
Yeah. Oh dear. Talking about rust. All the rust is appearing in the pit lane.
Yeah. Well, it had to appear somewhere, didn't it?
Yeah, has to. Oh, gutting. Andy Bentley. That's
what he gets for not driving a Bentley, really.
I wasn't going to say it, but I'm glad you said it. This is where we find out that Andy Bentley really doesn't like the Bentley.
Yeah. Probably something about the steering wheel being on the wrong side or something.
Yeah.
Oh, you could just see the lockup on the inside left tire of the of Rory Kilby's Nissan there. That looked pretty nasty.
Yo, gotta hurt. But he's doing well. I mean, we know that previous season he really struggled sometimes with walls. So
yeah,
he's been fairly incident-free this race. Of course, now saying that, I expect him to crash in the next 5 seconds. We're still good?
Yeah, he's still fine. He's still fine. Don't worry about it.
Still okay, good.
He's on a
right,
straight
good.
now as well, so
okay.
he'll be okay for a while. Whew, safe. We've not cursed him
yet. Not cursed him yet. We'll do defensive anti-cursing. Just seeing Andy Bentley now proceeding through the pits on pit cam as he reaches his pit box and stops.
And he's going to be stopped there for a whole while.
Oh yeah.
You know what? There was a yellow flag next to Rory Kilby there for a second, and I was nervous. I was so nervous.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 cars coming out of the pits, side by side. That's Jacob Hale and Sean Cardis, and Sean Cardis got a stop and go 30 as well.
Oh.
So not only has Jacob Hale overtaken him in the pits, he's also gotten himself a bloody stop and go 30.
Andy Bentley, as he departs, takes it out on the pit board sign. Tracks it into the middle of the track.
I want to see that. Yeah. Just smashes it into the middle of that pit lane.
Oh, Nick Golding's made a move on Dave White.
Yeah, just trying to see this coming out of the second Degna and probably going for a move down into. Oh, that looks like he's just let him through.
Just got that run on him.
It kind of looks like he let him through as well, so maybe thinking that's not a fight for position, really.
Yeah, very possibly.
Yeah, fair. I mean, it's on track between a pro driver and an AM driver, so there's no actual difference in points. But still, the pride.
Okay, I think it's very important at this point, as totally unbiased commentators, we just need to point out where Dennis McElligott is.
P3.
P3. And what class is he in? Would you remind me?
Well, he's in the silver class, isn't he?
He's in the silver class, yes. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention the fact that he hasn't pitted, and
No.
most other people have at this point. But
we're also not going to mention that his teammate Bruce Oos is in P8, which effectively puts them into, I believe, the lead of the team championship right now. Yep, that's right. Provisionally leading the team championship, DGSR admins.
The official racing team.
Yeah. Sus.
And of course, they're followed by the Ferrari strategists, which doesn't make any sense to me.
Wow.
Jamie Armitage and Rob Larby.
I've got a feeling that's heavily influenced by Rob Larby's current silver medal position.
Yes, he hasn't pitted either.
And the fact that he hasn't pitted, yeah. We're going to ignore that one.
Where's Jamie Armitage? Jamie Armitage has pitted.
Yeah, but he's running in 25th position right now. And he is, in fact, about ready to make that... Actually, sorry, no, he was in 24th. Made that 23rd on the exit of Spoon Curve. And he's doing really well. That 23rd position for a silver driver, that's where you want to be. Now this is a bit of a battle of the titans. It's Gabe Hawker and Ryan Harper. And they're gonna come into 130R. Ryan
down the grass.
Ryan's just trying everything at this point. He's been stuck behind Gabe for such a long time. I don't actually know if they're slowing each other down or anything like that, because they are on their best laps and on their last laps neck and neck, within a tenth of each other.
Well, you can't say that they're not racing.
No, definitely.
You want to see wheel-to-wheel racing, you just watch these two.
Yeah.
I don't know, actually. Have they both pitted? They have both pitted.
They have. Ryan Harper was a little bit further away from Gabe at the start of the race, but he's managed to claw back that time. Maybe becoming a bit more familiar with that Ferrari as well, and getting a bit more used to how it drives.
Or staring longingly at a picture of a Honda.
Yeah. It's like the picture of man's wife.
Yeah. It's a picture of his Honda NXX from previous seasons. I'm looking forward to seeing Watkins Glen, because that was the place last season where he just went for it.
Yeah.
You know, he just gapped the field by what, a solid 30 seconds.
Yeah, he was gaining a second a lap easily on everybody else.
Yeah. So that's what I want to see. Where does he end up? But that's in a few races' time. Right now we're at Suzuka.
Yeah. And we're gonna be at Suzuka for another 30 minutes of racing. That means we're almost an hour in. I bet our drivers are actually starting to feel the tiredness now, because this is normally where the races are finishing. Some of our drivers haven't even stopped for their pit stop yet.
Yeah, I bet they're really feeling it. They haven't even had a moment.
Yeah.
A brief reprieve for 17 seconds.
Of course, Suzuka, not an easy track either. You don't have much time for resting, apart from the main straight and that big long back straight. But everything in between is just full focus and full commitment all the way through.
Yeah, and particularly through the technical section, like the S's, where you are just trying to feed the car down the optimal line. Don't get on the power too early, don't ride too much curb, don't miss the brake point.
Yeah.
Down the straights, you can just have a second to yourself. You just think, right, foot flat to the floor, just got to hit the gear changes, and then be back into it.
Yeah, and of course for most of these drivers, the gear changes are second nature at this point, aren't they? They just sort of tune into the specific frequency of the engine that just tells them, yes, it's time to press that right paddle now.
Yeah, I mean, that's never been the issue, I think. For me, it's when you've got an itch on your nose or something, and you really just want to use your right hand, so you've got to, like, or you want to grab a drink.
Yeah.
That's always my issue. I want to grab a drink, which I've annoyingly placed on my right-hand side, for, you know, when I get a minute, not thinking I need the right hand for the shifting.
Foolish errors.
So then you end up driving with your left hand on the right-hand side of the wheel.
Yeah. And that causes all kinds of issues.
You end up wiggling your way down the straight.
Martin.
Just as you finally got the glass to your mouth, it's the braking zone.
Yeah.
So.
And that's without VR as well. Imagine doing that in VR.
Where is the glass?
Yeah. Where is the
somewhere.
glass? And then you put it to your face and it gets stuck on your headset as well, and you're there just sort of leaning back, looking into the roof of your car.
Yeah, hoping the brake point there's no one in front of you,
Yeah.
Reminded me of one of our more loose nights, shall we say, where I got to watch the stream of Hitman drinking beer. And every time he did, he would lift the headset above his head, and his driver would just stare at the ceiling.
Of course, with the hands device, that would actually be physically completely impossible, so the model's probably breaking its neck there. Just like, oh!
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of, I think he's our final driver to have not visited the pit lane.
Definitely. Actually, no. Still got Darren Menzies, who's currently leading, who hasn't pitted, I think.
Oh, yes, I missed him.
But yeah, I think other than that, you are right, because everybody else has pitted or is currently in the pits.
Yeah. I mean, at what point are you no longer benefiting from staying out? You know, there must be a crossover point at which the tyres, the increasing grip you get from the new tyres is no longer enough to make up for the fact that you've been driving on old worn tyres for so long.
I'm going to go for Dennis has already reached that point because his last lap was over 2 seconds, well, just about 2 seconds slower than his best, so...
Yeah, no, you can see how his car is starting to get a little bit twitchy as he puts power down. So
yeah, a little looser in all the senses of the word.
In all the wrong ways.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I reckon he's feeling it. I'd be very surprised if he stays out for more than 2 laps at this point.
Yeah, we might get treated to a pit entry here from him. Into the pits he goes.
There we go.
And that does not look like he's going to be getting a stop and go 30. Good work from him. Man, he's going to be so pissed off when he sees that livery. He's worked on the team liveries for him and Bruce for about 2 hours. and then we just go and slap something that's been made in 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, they did do a very last-minute update to the liveries.
Yes,
which I managed to catch. So I can see it. It looks a very nice livery. It's green and white. Unfortunately, for all our viewers, they can't see it. So next week.
And interestingly, you know, I've tested the liveries before, and his livery was absolutely fine. It showed up as his correct sort of dark grey, and yet somehow I've joined the server, and this has happened. For which I apologise, Dennis. For which I apologise.
I'm not gonna lie. When you said earlier that you'd given him the wrong livery, I was fully expecting to see another Jacob Hale special, where it's the full Irish flag across his car again.
Alex, it is a Jacob Hale special. It is a Jacob Hale special.
It's not the beautiful 3 colours of Ireland.
It is not. I'm just trying to find him, and I'm trying to see if I can figure out a way to show you the livery properly in its full glory, of course. Nice and... oh, look at him. Look at the sexy
There
man.
he
No, not quite. However, if you do look carefully, on the bonnet, you've got the two leprechauns shitting out rainbows into pots. On the side of the car, you might just spot a person, absolutely gold, and there's Darren Menzies in the... Yeah, there he goes. There's a person in, you know, gold color, and on his roof, just above the Fanatec logo, it actually says gold.
Nice.
So yes, this is a Jacob Hell special. This time pointing out the fact that perhaps that class isn't quite right.
No, and as obviously on screen here, Ryan Harper and Gable Herker. Oh, no, we've gone off them, but Ryan Harper and Gable Herker are still at it.
Yeah, absolutely still at it. For 1 second. Lee Hems overtaking Darren Menzies, whose headlights are off.
Oh, he's going to be getting the orange meatball.
Yeah, that looks like an accident that's happened somewhere. Sorry, I was really interested.
Yeah.
It could be a spectator fault as well. I was just really interested in this battle between Bruce Oos, Carlos Barros, and now Nick Golding as well, because that's looking like it's going to be a nice little three-way battle into 130R.
Ooh, running wide a little bit there is Bruce.
Yeah, Darren in the pits, as you can see on the left side of the screen, going to repair those headlights. Bruce ran really wide. They're really committed to run as quick as he can through 130R.
You can't really give much space. I'm just looking further up the field as Thomas Nawrocki and Martin Halliday have a bit of a battle.
Yes, Oof!
Whoa! Okay, that was not a battle. That's a murder.
Yeah, that's a battering. I kind of wonder whether because we've joined it at the point of contact, whether there was some issue before that. Are they formation driving, these three? Kind of looked like it.
It looked like they were, yeah.
That looks fantastic. Yeah, we joined that little fight at the point of contact, so I wonder whether there was an issue before the actual contact took place, and whether
I think they were definitely battling.
Yeah. It's one of those that we're going to have to wait for the steward's review to give us a proper idea. Oh, I've ruined Bruce's livery as well. At least on the black, it's a bit more clear to see what the decals are, and that on the side, I believe, is Austin Powers' Fodger.
Oh! Oh! Didn't see him. Oh, who's that coming up the inside?
I think that was Carlos Barros down the inside, and then now it is Nick Golding alongside. A little bit quicker than that Lambo.
Well, Bruce will definitely have been a bit rattled coming through that corner, as he probably just didn't realise that Carlos was there.
No, but he doesn't show any signs of rattling through 130R because he just kept it around the outside, and that was a valiant attempt at a defence, but that Lambo on that inside line just a little bit quicker.
Being taken out by Lambo.
Lambo!
Well, as we come back to the front of the field, fighting for second is still at it.
I wonder if this... Carry on, sorry.
No, I was just about to say, I was wondering if the Lambo is just faster down the straights, because it just doesn't seem that Ryan's getting much of a tow.
No, it really doesn't, does it? That Ferrari seems to be lacking a little bit in some sort of a straight line speed department.
Yeah, he was just shutting the door constantly. He's just like, no, not happening. I'm just going to keep it nice and tight, nice and tidy.
No.
Through the S's. No, Rory!
No.
It's a disaster.
What happened? What happened, Rory? Oh no.
Oh, no. Oh.
It's one of those slow, disappointing crashes, isn't it? Where the car just goes, I've had enough.
Yeah, it's just so typical.
Oh, he's so he was so frustrated that he went straight back into the pits.
Yeah, well,
probably was a lot of suspension damage from that contact.
Yes,
as well.
I imagine his steering was not non-cooperative.
Yes.
You know, talking of his teammate, just briefly, Michael Stevens has no fear. Traction control 1. I see you, Nissan, with your low-end torque. I do not fear you.
I will use all of it. He has actually been having a really nice race, it seems. He's up 9 positions so far in that Nissan. Starting from 37th, now up to 28th.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's definitely giving it all it's worth.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else is going on in the field? We've still got an ongoing battle between Martin Halladin and Thomas Nawrotsky for 5th. That's quite a pretty livery, actually, on Martin, I have to say.
Yeah, I have to say, yeah, really nice car. Nice, nice combination of that sort of Ferrari yellow and the Ferrari red.
Yeah, unfortunately, in the night setting, the red kind of bleeds into black.
Yeah.
And my brain is going, that's a wasp.
Dangerous.
Yeah, well, I'm sure Martin is trying to put a cross to Thomas, which is like, dangerous, let me through. Or sting you.
Yeah, definitely some sort of thinking along that, because they have been together. And not in like a dating sense, but they have been together on the track for...
Disaster for David Lolek!
But... Camera, please!
Complete disaster as he spins out. And he loses position.
Yeah, and he's had to be stationary there for quite a while as well.
Yeah. He really was.
Yeah.
Well, they say smoking kills.
Yeah, they should have gone instead of that Marlboro livery with a Mission Winnow.
Yes. Because they're not the same company.
No. Not owned by Philip
no.
Morris.
No.
No.
Let's see throughout the field. We've got a bit of. So Javier Farre is just slightly closing the gap to Matt Gale. It looks like it's varying quite a bit. He was just up down a second, now he's up to 0.7. See how that develops. Dave White pursuing Bruceus.
Yeah, I think traffic is now really playing into these battles as well. Because you could just see Dave White just getting past one of the Martini Porsches there. Significantly increasing his gap. Ooh, side by side there for Thomas and Martin.
He's. Oh, that's not side by side. That's
inside.
Yes, yeah. You shouldn't do that without consent.
No,
no.
Just because they said yes to T once doesn't mean that they want T every time. Okay.
Yeah. It's not on.
And Martin Hallidin has not waited at all for Tomasz Nawrocki, so I've got a feeling that that's going to be going straight to the steward's room.
Yeah. Yeah. It's unfortunate. Yeah, but it seems like the wasp has finally stung.
Yeah. What a great analogy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bruce!
Uh-oh. Bruce!
Yeah, just a little too fast, runs over the curbs, and just can't keep it on that gross green stuff that's there. Not
Ugh.
grass, by the way.
No. It's just stuff we painted to look like grass.
Martin Hallidin has actually slowed down and given back the position to Tomasz Nawrocki, so...
I still don't know if that will save him from the wrath of the stewards.
No, I've got a feeling that he's going to be getting in some... Oh, hang on, Michael Stevens down the inside of Dieter van Trabant.
Oh, he loves that move, doesn't he? It's twice this race he's pulled that,
Yeah.
at least.
I think that was with the assistance of lapped traffic as well, or not necessarily lap traffic, but another traffic.
Are you trying to say that was a Stephen special?
Exactly what I'm trying to say to you.
No.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
Combined with that aggressive use of the curb, he's really pulling all his tricks out of the hat.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Michael's really going to warm up to the Nissan throughout the season as well, because you can see that he's pretty happy in it now.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's slightly less spinny than the Porsches, so
This is
I'm
true.
sure he'll be fine.
And it's slightly more spinny than the BMW, which in the last season we've not seen any Stevens spins.
No.
So
maybe we'll find a happy medium.
The two Bavarian backmarkers, Dieter van Brabant and Tim Streeton, next to each other again. And Team Orders. That is Tim Streeton going through on the inside and Dieter just letting him through, releasing him to chase after Michael Stevens, I believe.
Yeah, 100% looked like, particularly how deep Dieter went there into that corner. There's either a big mistake or a I'll just get out of the way. I'll just get out of the way. It's okay. You just go on.
Yeah,
Go on.
Go on, mate. You chase after him.
Oh, what's happened to Marek Dvorak?
I have a feeling that is completely self-inflicted, and he runs a little too wide in spoon curve.
Oh, yeah.
Onto the curb and just
Classic.
loses traction.
Very easy to do at Spoon.
Yeah.
As the corner gets tighter and tighter and tighter, and suddenly you're like, I have too much speed, and I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, and you're running wider and wider and wider.
Like if I let off the throttle, I could spin out. If I brake, I could spin out. What do I do?
Yeah, what now? Shit.
Can't turn into it. Can't brake into it. We're gonna have to spin out.
Ooh, that is not a place you want to be stopped, Jacob.
Jacob, what are you doing?
Oh, and goes for a twist. Oh. I think he's going to be
Jacob?
stuck there for a while.
Yeah. Jacob, you're braking the car.
Yeah. Now he's got a little bit of a gap in which he decides to reverse into the wall. Great decision making there.
I think this Tabara's as fairly sensible as you can get in this kind of situation. I mean, what else are you going to do?
Yeah, I think just sitting there is...
Yeah,
there you go. Just get across the track, get pointing the right way.
Get out the way.
Yeah. Speaking of, we also have new rules about rejoins, where I think rejoins that are less than 60 degrees, sort of outside of the flow of traffic, will now be sort of harshly looked at.
Yeah, and Ryan Harper just made a mistake on corner on turn 1.
What? Ryan Harper making a mistake?
Yeah, he ran wide. I think he just carried too much speed.
Yeah, and maybe he just thought that if he carries that speed even further, he would hit the back of Gabe Hauka.
Yeah, I mean he's been glued to Gabe for so long. That's absolutely devastating. It's going to be interesting now to see if he does have the pace on Gabe, and Gabe's just been defending that well, or they're just so matched in pace that just can't find the gap now that we.
That's happened with around 11 and a half minutes to go. So if they come close to each other, we can use that timestamp to see just how quickly he can catch up.
Yeah. We just have to see, and we're looking at a field, as so often happens towards the end of a race, where the field starts to loosen up as drivers realise that perhaps they're just not going to catch the person in front, and they're quite happy with their position, so they're just going to get it to the end without making any mistakes. Particularly in a 90-minute race where you're just going to be tired.
Yeah, quite tired at the end of the race. It's also dark, so it's quite difficult to actually see where the track's going. You know, you have been going around for 80 minutes, but still not the easiest.
Looking at the team orders, this is the order of the teams, not team orders. We're looking at Cracking Perrin first, followed by Team Potato Dildo.
Ferrari Strategies in 3rd, DGSR EU 4th, Marlboro in 5th. No Encouragement in P6, RG Bargy P7. Dutch and Rain Dance P8. Rain Dance for Andy Bentley, okay. Middleweight Motors P9, the Nicks in P10. Airstrewn Racing P11. Fantastic Fantasy, that's a great name for the Fanta cars, P12. Spinners in P13, Bavarian Backmotors P14. 15th for Tuga Motorsport Crash Test Dummies in P16, Snail's Pace, the two Nissans in 17th. Not last, P18, Apex Missing Professional, Dave White, and Forced Friends and DJ Racing in P19 and 20 to close out the team standings.
Who's it? Ah, right, of course, yeah. Darren Menzies is unfortunately by himself.
Yeah, sitting there in the pits as well with a drive-through.
Ah, that's a classic speed token offence, if I've ever seen one.
I think I had a brief internet mishap there, so I apologise for any viewing displeasure there.
Dear DGSR streaming.
Yeah.
At 8 minutes to go in the race, I had the displeasure of a stream interruption.
I felt compelled to report this to Ofcom.
I was having a lovely evening of lager with ice.
Watching fast cars go broom broom around the Japanese track.
Just can't even get the name.
Yeah. Sorry, around some track in Asia.
Oh, wow. Gets the name wrong as well. Suzuki.
Oh, no.
Suzuka, yeah. Right. Oh, Michael Stevens is putting on a real... Oh, he gets a bit of a punt. He has to go deep. He just decides to cut the chicane entirely.
Yeah, absolutely. And fair play to him. Pavel Jozwiak also gave him the room to take his position back. That's good behavior there.
Oh, he's forming a train.
He is.
He is forming a train.
He is
Javier
forming a bit of a
Farray will
trend.
be most upset. He's taking his job. Oh, he's gone really wide there. Oh, he's just victim of commentator's curse.
Sorry, Michael.
And the Nissan at the same time comes for a rejoin.
Is he going to murder the head admin?
Certainly thinks about it.
Yeah. I feel like that hit may have affected the diffuser a bit, therefore causing a little bit of trouble under braking as well.
Very possibly. Though getting that car stopped has never really been an issue as far as I'm concerned.
No, it usually does a really good job at slowing down, doesn't it?
Yeah. You just lift off the throttle and you will slow down.
Yeah, the drag.
Yes. Little do other drivers know, the Nissan is the only car when you lift off the throttle, the brake lights activate.
Yeah. It's automatic. It's a one-pedal car, just like that like Nissan Leaf thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a Nissan! Ah!
Surprise, surprise.
Oh.
Who's?
Nick Golding just getting past him there. Into the SS.
Nick Golding, of course, is our Silver Class winner in Season 8, and he's now been promoted into the Pro category.
Fair.
Yeah, very fair. He's done well enough.
Right, so with 5 minutes to go, quick revisit of the Gabe Hauke and Ryan Harper rivalry. Ryan's managed to catch up, mainly through this mistake of Gabe that we've just seen. But he's back within a second.
Yep. Fortunately, no DRS for you.
No, it's only the slipstream.
How would they even do DRS on these cars? It's not like there's a multi-part wing.
No. The whole wing would have to tilt, so... And it's not like the wings are very angled if you look at them either. Like, that wouldn't really be that helpful.
No. Maybe you could do it like they do on road cars, where they just, collapse the wing into the rear.
Yeah.
Just entirely just lower it. Mike and Halliday. The Wasp has been stung.
Is this...
Is that Martin?
Is that... Why is his car black?
Don't know.
That is... We're watching the number 93 of Martin Hallinan, and suddenly
No,
the same car.
No. Okay, strange.
But
you
yes,
got a drive-through.
He's been stung by a drive-through.
Yeah. Oh, someone else has just popped up. Cormac Quinn! It's all happening.
With 3 minutes left of the race as well. Oof.
It's a disaster.
Yeah.
Complete disaster.
Dave White probably thinking about making a move on Nick Giles. You know what? They've really missed out on calling themselves the Knickers.
They're going to be kicking themselves now. Oh, yeah.
Or are they going to be nicking themselves? If you guys want to nick that name, then feel free. Oh no! Gabe Hauke, Ryan Harper.
Oh,
a crash.
Now, knowing these two, I don't think. Oh, Ryan, he's kind of like I don't want to win this way. I don't want to win this way.
He definitely doesn't. But that's brought them so close. I mean, they had a big gap to Hackenreholt anyways, but suddenly that brings Rich Gasson perhaps into play in the last 2 minutes. If those two fight...
Yeah, I mean, poor Ryan. He lets Gabe past, and Gabe just goes, "Thanks very much, mate. I'm going to fly off."
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be completely fair to him, it was a punt in the hairpin, so... very fair play from Ryan there, and very fair play to Gabe as well for taking that position, just fucking running away with it, because I know I would be doing exactly the same thing.
Oh, Dave White, Nick Giles. Down the back straight, side by side. How's it going to end in the 130? It's not conclusive.
Giles ahead into the chicane.
Very well done to take that around the outside.
Yeah.
Actually, to be fair, I think it's easier to go around the outside of that corner than it is the inside. The inside,
Probably.
you have to lose speed to make it.
Whereas around the outside, you can run wide, and it's quite easy to run wide without losing time if you're running side by side.
Yeah.
And not pick up a speed token.
Well, I think if you've got them to spend, that's a good time to use it.
Yeah. Yeah, you might as well be spending a speed token for a position in some points.
So Cormac Quinn has served his penalty and he's now his 17th.
Yeah, he has. And Martin Halladin is in 11th, also having served his penalty. However, interestingly, that takes him from the lead of the silver class. He's going to be kicking himself for that, because he could have had a golden ticket into the commentary box.
Yeah. Instead, it's looking like David Lolek will take that that first win in class.
Going from winning the bronze class and being in the commentary box straight to winning the silver class.
Silver class. Being in the commentary box.
Yeah. He just likes us.
Yeah.
Let's attribute that to ourselves.
So it's looking like Hakan Roholt is going to win the pro class. I don't think that's in any doubt at this point.
No,
he's
at this point.
35 seconds ahead of Gabe.
And I mean, Gabe did have a brief period of, stationary time there at the hairpin, but yeah, not 35 seconds.
Can't have helped for sure.
Oh, Michael Stevens defending from Javier Farre here.
Javier Farre's after his train title. It's like, no, give it back.
Yeah. Are you ready for some murder? And they're going to have another whole... Sorry, apologies. Yeah. Another whole lap to go as well. Because Hakan Roholt is actually behind them on track. So that's still a whole lap of a fight.
This could be the final battle.
All the extra grip of that Porsche through 130R. Oh my god.
Oh! He just overcooks it into the chicane, sends it too deep, and Michael Stevens is like, yeah, I'm going to get away with that this time.
Oh, and those tires are hot now as well, Javier. Just sliding through the final corner there.
Yeah.
But through the final corner, with 35 seconds of a lead, comes Hakan Roholt. Across the line in a dominant fashion once again, winning 90 minutes of Suzuka. Oh, on the line, Ryan Greenaway and Thomas Pichon. Ryan just pips him by 0.1 seconds there across the line. And this is another fight to the line. Cormac Quinn, Carlos Barros. Carlos Barros overtakes on the final straight!
Beautiful.
Gabe Hauka passing the start-finish straight into a lovely spin. Oh, Nick Giles losing a position there to Dave White in the last chicane. Lot of last-minute overtakes here. Dave White taking 22nd from Nick Giles. And the last little fight for position is going to be Dennis McElligott and Lee Hems. God, we have to watch Lee. That livery is just too bad.
Sorry, Dennis.
Actually, David Lolek just leading Rob Larby there by 0.6 seconds, and Lee Hems through the final corner, not quite able to do anything. Nice little flash there from Lee. From the Lamborghini. And we've got, as Eddie Wilkins is going through the final corner, he is going to be the winner of the AM class. So now, as he crosses the line, we've got 3 winners. We've got Eddie Wilkins, David Lolek, and Hakan Roholt, the winners of their respective classes. I'm gonna jump into the replay and start dragging people in for you to interview.
Yeah. Excellent. Right.
Number
While
1
that's happening.
and number 2, and we're gonna see if Hakan unmutes himself.
Hey.
There he is.
And then number 3, we've got all 3 of our class winners. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Hello. Well, welcome to the commentary box. You are the class winners. Welcome to season 9.
Excellent.
How was that, gents?
Yeah, quite long. Quite a lot of concentration needed. End of a long day.
Very hard race, I will say.
Yeah?
Lots of spins. Very hard.
Hakon, would you agree with that, with considering your performance today?
I mean, a little bit alone. So, but yeah, overall it was still have to deal with traffic. Suzuka is treacherous, so it still takes a lot of work. I'm sweaty as hell. So. 90-minute race as well, you know, it takes its toll.
Yeah, I bet. In terms of the 90 minutes, does that change your pit strategy at all compared to a more typical hour or 55-minute race?
It depends. I usually just go 50-50 in both sprint races and like 1 hour races and 90-minute races.
Yeah.
Split it in the middle, kind of. You have a little bit of playing room in the middle there, 5 to 10 minutes each way, but yeah, usually works.
So, even though you said it was quite long and sweaty, you seem to have you just built a gap over Gabe, and just took the race.
Yeah, and I guess he had a little bit of fighting as well going on with Rich and Ryan in the opening, which allowed me to kind of just run away essentially.
Okay. Well, a commanding win for you. We'll move on to David, who's won the silver class. David, we can't keep you out of here. You won the bronze class repeatedly towards the end of the last season, and now we've put you in silver, hoping to give you a bit of a tougher time, and you've won again in the first race.
Yeah, hello guys again. Very tough race, to be honest. I was lucky a bit. I was chasing the guy, but I think that he have an accident or something, so it's magically appeared behind me. But before pits it was before me, so yeah. Happy with the results, to be honest. Silver class, yeah, first place. We'll see what's happening in the next one, but yeah, very happy.
Yeah, and we did see you have, towards the end of the race, have a pretty major spin at the entrance to the S's. Can you just tell us what happened there?
To be honest, on that big turns, I'm always working out with track control, lower down, going up, so and hit the curb on basically track control off to get off from the turn, and what's happened. But save it a bit, don't lose much, so rejoin safe, so yeah, still won, good, very good.
Okay, excellent. And it's interesting to hear that you're constantly actively changing the traction control, because I know a lot of drivers that just set it.
Yeah, I'm just find out on that difficult turns where it's like 90-degree turn, when I'm lowering down this and I hit my accelerator later a bit, it still have that power to accelerate a bit, and it's very good out. So I'm training that a bit with my teammate Pavel, and we find out it's very good. I don't want to give too much, to other riders, because
there's a lot of Lamborghinis around.
So I'm off on that. So that's it, what I can say for now.
Okay. And finally, but certainly not last in this category, is Eddie Wilkins. Congratulations on your class win. I've also noticed that your team has come overall first in that race. That must be a good feeling.
Yeah, that's great to hear. I didn't know about that, but yeah, I have to say, I think the Ferrari somewhat flatters the drivers. Really, it's kind of it's a very good car. Seem to adapted to it pretty well. So yeah, I can't take all the credit. I think the car.
Okay, so to just settle a question that Christian and I had during that race. In a straight line, what is quicker, the Ferrari or the Lamborghini?
Well, I don't know 100%. Ferrari's not bad, but I'm running a lot of wing for the S's here, so
I'm going to say
I imagine
Lambo
I was
is
slow.
V10. Hello.
V10 power.
Yeah.
Okay, because that falls in line with what we observed during the race. We saw a lot of Ferraris chasing Lamborghinis, as you might expect, considering the numbers of each car. And every time it was like the Ferraris were just like, I want to get past you. Can I please just get past? And as soon as you got on the straights, they were like stuck behind them.
Can't quite.
No toe whatsoever.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get to follow too many cars, other than my teammate for a bit of the race. But
yeah, I mean that's a good point actually. Was there team orders?
I mean, I did ask him if he had a bad pit stop, and he said yes. So I might have let him past.
Because we did see, I believe we saw you guys, or perhaps some other teams. There were definitely moments where you'd see a car come out the pit straight behind their teammate, and the teammate would go, "I'll go on then."
I was feeling generous.
Yeah.
Okay.
So was it like active in the voice chat, or was it kind of pre-agreed beforehand that this would happen? How's the team dynamic playing into this?
For us, it's just coincidence that we happened to be together on the track at that point, and I just asked on the open chat. You guys are really missing out not being on the general chat.
Maybe we should join and let that into the air.
Yeah,
I think we'd get banned.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah, you guys like to be commentated while you're driving, do you? And hear it all.
Yeah,
I mean, that probably upped the kill rate by 200%.
Yeah, why didn't you ask on voice while you were overtaking the lap traffic? I couldn't.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, all three of you, for joining us in for the first race of this season here in the commentary box. Congratulations on your wins, and I'm sure we'll see you all again at some point.
Thanks very much, guys. Thanks for the commentary.
Thank you, and see you again.
See you again. See you soon, guys.
See you soon.
Bye.
Right.
Well.
What else is there to say? I mean, that's been just a fantastic 90 minutes, hasn't it?
It really has. And like I said at the start, love Suzuka. That was fantastic racing. Lots of drama, lots of close racing. And it's good to see the interaction with teams coming into it as well.
Yeah. I was sort of half expecting that team competition to get forgotten quite quickly. But to have it in the first race, to already see some sort of team play coming into action, I'm happy. I'm happy about this.
yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it develops. But that's been Suzuka at 90 minutes. It's mostly been Ferrari versus Lamborghini with a spattering of German cars in there sometimes, and a couple of Nissans.
The occasional Porsche and a couple of Nissans, basically, yeah.
But I tell you what, no McLaren Evos, or one.
There was one. Darren Menzies driving the McLaren Evo. But I think he spent most of the time towards the end of the race in the pits with either a drive-through or an incident, so we didn't see him much on track.
Yeah, very unfortunate for him, but it's interesting to see how it's just fallen off. You know, bronze category, previous couple of seasons, has been full of McLarens.
Yeah, they've been very quick cars in the past, and I don't know, maybe it's something with the car coming out only really, really recently. People haven't had the time to practice, so they've decided not to go with it, maybe.
Yeah.
Entirely possible that's the case.
In any case, we'll have to see how the season develops.
Yeah.
And particularly if Kunos decide to pick the Nerf bat to a couple of these cars mid-season, as sometimes happens.
Yeah, with the new update, a lot of bop is to be expected. And speaking of development, the next racetrack is the brand new Valencia Circuit Ricardo Tormo. So that's going to be exciting. A brand new track for us to have a look at as well. And probably we should learn it as well. Oh.
Yes. But that's all next week.
Yeah.
And we will see you next week. I've been Alex Robinson.
I've been Christian Cotton. Thank you for spending our